Hello and welcome to the second race of this year for me, the second round of Corner 1 hobby karting series, and we are now in Aravete. It's supposed to be Põltsamaa, but it is Aravete and it's fine, they're both my favorite tracks. We skipped qualifying and you can see the results. That's everybody who qualified, 31 participants. As always, we have three different groups, junior, standard and heavy. And yeah, we are all sharing the track together, and not a very bad result for me actually. As always, I skip the practice and I'm not really as fast as I used to be, but this time only 2/10 slower than best driver with my kart. And that puts me third on the grid for pre-final number D. You can see the 7 participants. There's 3 junior drivers actually, and the 2 guys ahead, Andreas and Asko, are one of the best, both teammates at Ida Jürgensen karting school as well, so it's gonna be difficult. It's an uphill start in Aravete, so we're all holding ourselves to not roll backwards, trying to get a good start, but it's always difficult. Josep next to me is 90 kilograms, so it shouldn't be that hard, but one junior driver goes straight past us all, so I plan the most important race of this format is the heat races. You have to be top 2 to get to the A final. So I was really hoping to do something at least to stay with Asko, but having to battle away with the junior. Luckily I make some good moves and stay in front, but Asko and Andreas are already gone. I have a decent kart, but they have even better karts, and they will start actually working together, slipstreaming. I will make a few mistakes, drop off, and that's this race actually. So yeah, this is the main thing in Corner 1 this year, that you are sharing the track with lighter and heavier drivers, most of the lighter drivers, which makes quite a big difference. Our minimum weight is 75. I'm a few kilograms overweight thanks to my muscles. I'm not willing to lose the weight anymore for hobby karting like I used to do, at least not from muscles. So I have to deal with it, and I think the juniors have 50 or 60 kilograms, so they have like 3-4 tenths advantage on every track. But it's interesting, and we are still fighting with the junior drivers, and Asko was really in a good form, so respect to him. And yeah, also Risto behind was very fast, but he was battling away with the junior driver, so I was safe in third. Here you can see Andreas swapped position with Asko, and they will start pushing each other away. So I'm actually going to skip to the final lap. That's 10 laps later. Nothing happened, we just drove around this great track, and you can see they finished far ahead, and it was me. The third position is fine, puts me ahead for the B final. You can see the fastest laps, kart number 7 for me, 56.7. Slightly better than my qualifying time, but half a second off the guys in front. Asko's start of 56.2 for his weight class was really good. So here we are back starting for the finals, B final for me. Really difficult to get to the A final with all the light drivers, but I was feeling good. I got another decent, or actually a good kart, so I was ready to be in front. So ready in fact that I installed a rear view camera for the first time, so now you can actually see what is going on behind me. These are the final B drivers, so I'm second. There's a junior driver in first, and in fifth Oliver Sachs. He actually was more ahead but got a penalty. And all the regular standard drivers, Daniel Sõõrumaa, and of course Kristjan Salvet, who is actually going to the Sodi hobby karting world finals in a few days, so basically the best hobby karting standard driver in Estonia. So good to have him behind me for now, and also Toomas Karotam, Sander Sasin, all good drivers, so this is a decent lineup. If in the heats you normally get some heavy and some juniors, then in the finals all the good drivers are together, so the racing will be more tough. I thought my kart is gonna be really good, so I'm gonna pull away and score big points, but it will go a bit differently. So yeah, uphill start again, the junior drivers get an advantage, and Oliver sucks. Gets a great start. So I pull in front of him, so he doesn't squeeze past, so I stay ahead for now. Of course I have to be glancing behind because I didn't have that mirror in real life. That would be a privilege. I can see in hindsight where I shouldn't have covered, but you never know. Oliver is a very aggressive young driver, so I was scared. He didn't have a very good kart, but his weight difference made a difference. P1 is pulling away immediately, and now I didn't expect Oliver to come, so yeah, he put it down the inside. And not the cleanest move, but my own mistake for not covering it. But nothing big lost. As you can see, his kart doesn't have the best top speed, so we can race. But all these angry standard drivers behind me, not much time to stick around. So I got a good exit here, and I commit to a move. I am almost alongside, so I go for it. But I outbrake myself, and I get past him, but 3 standard drivers get past me, which in the end is a bad move. And speaking about bad moves, I got retaliated here, and squeezed out here, and now you could say that the rear view mirror is no longer necessary. I glance back to see that I'm last. So much for the good starting position, but it's a long race, 11 laps, so let's keep pushing. Kart differences are actually not that big, so a good kart is good to have, but not gonna drive past anybody on the straights like this. So my hope here was that the people in front would keep fighting hard, and they will, so they don't get away too much. P1 is already gone, but that's a junior, so no points difference there. Daniel and Kristjan Salvet ahead are fighting, and of course Oliver is fighting with Sander hard. Aravete really is a good track. Kapla is a bit too flat out and understeer for me, but this is really enjoyable, and you still have overtaking spots and this very long straight for slipstreaming. One of the best tracks for sure. Thomas goes for a move for Sander, and here I set myself up for a good exit, and with a straight steering wheel I go past 2 drivers at once. Thomas is a polite driver, it gives me good room, so I can get past losing almost no time. This tap was no problem. I cover off the inside just in case, and it doesn't lose you too much time in that corner, so some places gain back. Defending just in case. Checking now that I can move forward. Daniel and Kristjan are pulling away a bit now, but still I have 2 positions ahead possible to take. Here again I can see very heavy fighting. Risto does the same move as I did, and I get 3 wide. So this is a dangerous place to be at, I know it, but will I back off? No. Will I get penalized for it? Yes. And once again you can turn off the rear view mirror. Yeah, I could have gone a bit more to the outside, maybe. There was no way to, if I backed off I would have lost all these positions anyway, but yeah, that was painful. These guys are now far away. Of course I keep pushing immediately. You also get 1 point for the fastest lap of every race, but yeah, difficult. it's always like this when there's a 3 wide moment. If you are the guy on the outside, there is at least 50% chance that you will lose out. I was just hoping it not to be a spin. I have been pushed out in that corner before, and I have just kept the throttle and kept driving, but yeah. I guess it is inevitable that as I don't practice and don't race that much, the magical race pace and race craft gets a bit rusty. So that was again how I outbraked myself in the very first maneuver in the first corner, and no, this wasn't the best either, but of course the guys behind were making a train move as well, not being polite for nothing, but I didn't expect them to. So anyway, lessons learned. If not for myself, then you can learn from my lessons, and we keep pushing forwards because Sander and Oliver ahead are fighting very, very hard, so I am gaining. This is a really good example of how much time you lose if you fight. You could pull away as a tandem and make your moves in the last laps, but if you defend every corner, then you can see I pulled back a spin worth of time in 2 laps. Some very weird moves from Oliver here. The tension is high for sure, so take this place of Sander. In a half covering move, so he wouldn't think about passing me. Oliver here is defending without really looking how far I am, so he still has much to learn. And here I use the slipstream plus my top speed of the kart to pull a move immediately. I know that since he's lighter, it might be difficult elsewhere, but here it was easier for me. And he does try to dive bomb me back, but yeah, this time it ends up worse for him. I held the steering wheel strongly and he spun instead this time. And unfortunately Sander couldn't avoid. So again, that's enough of the rear view mirror for today. So yeah, some damage limitation, but the place where I should be is a few hundred meters and several tens of seconds ahead. So lesson learned for me, but yeah, I'm for sure looking forward to slightly cleaner and tighter races in the future. But yeah, still Aravete is an enjoyable track. It's the forest around is already nice green and lush in May, and yeah, especially this corner, if you get it right, it's a really great physical sensation. I was just philosophizing with Sander before the race. We are two old men driving. Why do we race? What brings us enjoyment? Apart from the fun day outside with Corner 1 guys who do a great job of this event. I'm also running the simulators as a separate challenge and competition part of this event. Yeah, we agreed that apart from the racing and the joy of driving, it's the physical sensation that we enjoy. And, going downhill in Aravete in a good kart, in a race, it's a happy place to be. But yeah, that was the final lap. And the final time, we crossed the last corner and the finish flag. So the results, you can see the lap times between us are really equal this time. Only maybe Sander and Oliver didn't get a good lap time because they were racing each lap, but the rest of us got some good laps. But yeah, that was the racing for this time. There's 4 more rounds to go in this Corner 1 season, and I will see you next time. Thank you, Asko, for this rear view mirror, and thank you to all the supporters and fans. Thanks for watching.